Hello, everyone. I am also very happy to be here and be reading with Keisha and Michael, who Michael I've known for a couple years now. We teach together at Drew, and so it's an honor and gift to get to be here reading with the two of you. And just thank you to my new BOA family, and Peter and Bernadette and Boo and Melissa for everything you do. And for bringing me here. I wanted to start with a poem that I hope I have memorized by Miss Lucille Clifton, and really thank BOA because she's one of the rocks, and I feel like when I first found her in a library, I first found her poems, I was so deeply moved to find someone who felt like home and future, in the sense that I think she's so deeply involved with history and also looking forward. So she's one of my favorites, and I wanted to share Won't You Celebrate With Me? Won't you celebrate with me what I have shaped into a kind of life? I had no model, born in Babylon, both woman and non-white. What did I see to be except myself? I made it up here on this bridge between starshine and clay, my one hand holding tight my other hand. Won't you celebrate with me that every day something has tried to kill me and has failed? This is a poem for Minnie Riperton and Miss Lucille Clifton. Dear Minnie, dear Miss, this earth of the dagger-toothed and hawks whose names we know, taking bones for diamonds, full of hair and snakes, earth eating you slowly below the sound of gold horns. This earth with a jaw in its hand, brown chariot take you home, earth, chew you up with the quiet work of animals and trees, underworld churning you through the dark engines of its appetite. This earth we opened up and buried you in, our treasure. We miss you with all life. This night we think we will never close again. We are pinned open like a scientist's moths to leave you there, dressed in a box and earth around you. This box earth, coffin earth, teeth earth, eat your chest through, laced by the wrangle of beetles and worms and ants who carry your bright pieces like market cloth over their heads to feed you to the queen in the deeper corridors of mysteries and dirt. Trust the queen is you. Trust the mud is you, and the soft silver afro of the dandelion. Trust the grass whistle might be your speech, high as the whistle of the whale. Trust we'll know your shape, whatever species in you answers, when we put our faces to the dirt and call you by your old and human name. This is called Kingdom Animalia. When I get the call about my brother, I'm on a stopped train leaving town, and the news packs into me freight, though it's him on the other end now saying, fine, fine. Forfeit my eyes, I want to turn away from the hair on the floor of his house and how it got there Monday. But my one heart falls like a sad fat persimmon dropped by the hand of the Turkson's old tree. I want to sleep, I do not want to sleep, see. One day, not today, not now, we will be gone from this earth where we know the gladiolas. My brother, this noise, some love, you I loved with all my brain and breath will be gone. I've been told today to consider this as I ride the long tracks out and dream so good. I see a plant in the window of the house my brother shares with his love, their shoes. And there he is, asleep in bed, with this same woman whose long skin covers all of her bones in a city called Oakland, and their dreams hang above them a little like a chandelier, and their teeth flash in the night. O body, be held now by whom you love. Whole years will be spent underneath these impossible stars, when dirt's the only animal who will sleep with you and touch you with its mouth. This poem is called Small Letter. And I don't have a radio in my car. It's been like that for almost a year now. And so I've been practicing singing. And I was practicing singing this one, and I thought, maybe I'll sing, but I'm not going to. And you would thank me if you heard it. Small letter. Do not go this day, the red of bridges, my little, stay beside me over the ruins of San Francisco. Go, but do not go from me, my one, my love, my very kin, who I laughed with in our sleep every night, my dream beside your dream for a year. Wrecking ball, despedida, wreck the great rooms in my chest and take my last song, but do not leave me on this earth, my one without my one. How would the hand ever live if it knew it would never braid your hair again or hold your face? It would get up and walk away forever then. One by one, my breaths would go out looking, a procession of homeless dogs or clouds. My grandfather on my dad's side, I never met, but the town that side of my family is from is called Adesogdo, and we have like 7 generations in this small piece of land. And I kept, because I never met him and I didn't know his habits or his way of moving his body, his gestures, I kept looking for them everywhere, somehow in the earth, and kept thinking, oh, this was his place, and maybe I'm shedding pieces of myself, my hair, or a fingernail that will stay here. And so this is called Night for Aboy Kaleta. Night, loose of its blue skin, scattered with goats black and white across its dark flat fields, beside the kitchen singing, with fires not enormous, as the kerosene stoves skirt the kettles in flames. There will be this night sung to by the ox who in my sleep is extraordinary sound on the edge of this town. My aboy sleeps in a dirt room beneath the dirt. The candles dim and the light. I am not far from that cemetery starred with his teeth. Compass blood, push me out of bed to pass small houses of my cousins who breathe as their children dream together on this our land, spelled with the blood of mothers and uncles. Aboy, tonight I cannot tell you from the dirt or the stone in my shoe that rolls beneath me like a trick. If I stand in the middle of this red and crumbling road, as the wind blows against me in the open air, my prayer is for some small piece of my body to fall and fall away. Again, my dark will be untellable from yours. Unliving, and that's borrowed, it's a title borrowed from a Nazim Hikmet poem. What to do with this knowledge that our living is not guaranteed? What could she do? What does one do when the mother's mouth is gone? When the mother closes her eye, the door, but shuts girl this time out? Girl wanted words, but there was only sadness for the big and dreadful death. What could she do but swallow loss? The black and tumbleweed of those nights became her home beside her sister. They mother each other still, like wolves, like any animal will do, does, once she's found she's been pushed or fallen out of the grave to live. They live. There is nothing left to do but live. This is called Ode to the Little R. Little propeller, working between the two fields of my A's, making my name a small boat that leaves the port of Old San Juan or Ponce with my grandfather Miguel on a boat or in an airplane with 100 or so others leaving the island for work, cities in winters that would break their bones, make old, old men out of all of them, factory workers, domino players, little islands themselves who would eat and be eaten by Chicago, New York, the wars they fought without being able to vote for the president. Little propeller of their names, Francisco, Raimundo, Aracelis, Margarita, Hernan, Roberto, Reina. Little propeller of our names, delivering the cargo of blood to the streets of Holyoke, Brooklyn, New London, Ojai, where the teacher says, say your name sweetly. And the beautiful propeller working between the two fields of my A's, and the teacher saying, oh, you mean Aracelis or Roberto or Margarita, like the drink? And the R sounding like a balloon, deflating in the room, sad and sagging. It is as if I handed her my familiar trees and flowers, every drawing of the family map, and boats and airplanes and cuatros and coquilles, and the English was an axe, and she tried to chop them down. But our little propeller of my name, small and beautiful monster, changing shapes, you win. You fly around the room, little bee, upsetting the teacher and making all of class 310A laugh. You fly over the yard in our mouths as our bodies make airplanes over the grass. You, little propeller, are taking over the city. You are the sound of cars racing, the sound of bicycle spokes fitted with playing cards to make it sound like we are going fast. This is our ode to you, little R, little machine of our name, simple as a heart, just working always, there when we go to the grocery, there in the songs we sing in our sleep. This is, actually I'm changing my mind. I'm going to read two more poems. I was at the Calabash Literary Festival. I don't know if people have gone before, but it was beautiful, and I would go on a run and I would see these goats, and I love to eat goat. But this poem taught me something. And now I don't eat goat anymore, not because I don't love it, but because I had such affection, so I would do this run and I would come back, on my way back to where I was staying, these little goats would come and they would kind of, come all around, and I thought, oh, how beautiful with their strange eyes, and then I felt like I knew them, and so I worked on this poem, and in the last couple of lines I thought, oh, that changes everything. So, Saint Elizabeth. I run high in my body on the road towards sea. I fall in love, the things the wind is telling me. The yellow sky quiet in her quiet dress, old birds sending news from the reddish hills, and the one hawk flying in the distance overhead. That hawk is what the wind says. in love with the heaving of my peacock chest, with my lungs, 2 wings, such flying things, but mine for now, just for now. As I open my stride above the good dirt road, fall in love with the mustard and coriander dust, and the far, far mountain beveled by light, by rain, the easy eye of the sun now, smoke floating across the hillside like a face I knew once very well. Very well, I fall in love with the flowers and the wash hung like prayer flags in Red Juanita's yard, in love with the earth, the color of earth, in love with the goats, their bellies and hooves, and the goat mouths bleating as they greet me on the road. I fall in love. How they wear their strange and double eyes, how they do not blink or laugh at me or say a thing I understand when I ask them in my English, because they circle around my feet as if they always knew me. Were you my children once? Did I know your names? Oh, little magics, little children. And this last poem is called Ars Poetica. May the poems be the little snail's trail. Everywhere I go, every inch quiet record of the foot's silver prayer. I lived once, thank you, it was here. Thank you.